You know, if you set yourself up to be this bastion of morality that cannot be touched by anything else, like you're the second coming of our Lord, you better be clean. And your history better be squeaky clean. And there better not be people in your history which we can point to who can smudge that squeaky clean veneer in which you're trying to present to other people. Your past and your present better be fucking squeaky clean. Otherwise, niggas will go into that shit. This is the problem with old people. Because, old people need to shut the fuck up sometimes. Because they have no idea what they're talking about. Quit trying to stand on a moral high ground. Quit trying to vilify people. You're not squeaky clean. Yet, he who is untainted cast the first stone at the glass castle and some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, you have to be a clean ass nigga. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Old people bother me. You don't understand the internet. Get off of it. You just got on it yesterday. So, what am I talking about? In case you didn't know, Piers Morgan, as you can see from the screen, interviewed Nick Fuentes. Both of these characters I don't particularly care for. I don't listen to either of them. Piers Morgan is more like a, how should you say, a platform. That's what I view him as, not as a personality, because he is a leftist as well. He's definitely a degen as well, as we will see from this video. So that's how I view him. If he's interviewing people that I'm interested in or whose opinions I want to hear, then I'll watch it. Otherwise, dismiss. Nick Fuentes, I'm not interested in watching his show. I think he's a smart individual. I don't think that his views are solidified enough. And the things that he has said, if you watch the interview with him and Steven Crowder, I disagree with a lot of shit that he says. He's very much a Catholic. Maybe our founding fathers were on the money when they were afraid of Catholics having dual loyalties. I'm just saying. And his clips are funny. That's all. So today we're going to be reacting to MTR, Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews. And I chose this video in particular because it has a lot of receipts. And we can see that when you attack somebody, you better be fucking squeaky clean. And Nick Fuentes' guys, they dug into the history of Piers Morgan. And we're going to be reacting to that. So let's get into it.
Your kids are empathetic and they would never laugh at a joke about the Holocaust and you're a misogynist.
What?
You're a simp yourself. You're totally henpacked. That's the problem.
This picture is so damn insane, ma'am. You're married. What is your leg doing on Lenny Kravitz's areola, all right? My man Lenny over here don't give a shit, baby.
So basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you? For a young guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm
Yeah.
the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes?
Is Piers Morgan a
all women are
boomer?
annoying. All women grow old.
Let's
they all
look this
get
up
fat.
actually.
Says
Hold
the-
on a second. Is Piers Morgan a boomer? How old is Piers Morgan? Piers Morgan age. He's 60. I don't think 1965. I don't think that's boomer. I think that's Gen X. Let me see. Boomer. Hold on a second. Boomer generation years. 65. Yeah, you're not a boomer, bro. You're what? What's that? What would they be? Gen X? You're Gen X, bro. You're not a boomer. You know, that's another pet peeve of mine where people attribute generations to just because a person is older than them. That's fucking retarded and gay. You're not a boomer. You're Gen X. Stop it. Let's continue.
Guy, have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow, says a guy who's never got laid.
We need to get extraordinarily active within this conversation for the content gods have spoken. Yet again,
He's going to
where
talk a
they
little
have
bit here.
or-
I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead just to get
crazy.
straight into the
journalists
to the
ones.
steak.
You'll see here, ex-users dig up old tweets of Piers Morgan's wife emasculating him. So here goes one of the first ones, and this is his wife's name, Celia Warden. All right, she is a public figure as well. You'll see that blue check mark. I believe she's also a journalist, sort of like her husband. Nevertheless, when the husband's away, Mr. Suds comes to play. Hashtag
Huh? Imagine that this is your wife, your girlfriend, or if you're a son or a daughter, this is your mom. And this is the post she puts up on social media. When the husband's away, Mr. Suds comes to play, implying that when Pierce is gone, she's getting dicked down by another nigga. That is what this is implying. This is saying that when my husband is not here, I'm getting some dick from some strange pepperoni pipe. That is so emasculating. What kind of nigga? That's your, imagine your mom, right? And your mom, you have this image of what your mom is. If your parents are married, some of y'all parents are not. And she says this? The embarrassment you would feel from such a situation.
Tag, you missed the spot. Everyday sexism, not an object, but I want to be. Speedo, Hollywood Life, Hawaiian Tropic. Obviously, this is not Piers Morgan.
Nigga, your wife wants to get fucked by and she's putting it online for everybody to see. This is embarrassing. What would you rather be? The virgin, 27-year-old virgin. Nobody wants to be 27 and a virgin, but I'm making a dichotomy here. Okay, understand? Roll with me. The 27-year-old virgin, who is a Catholic, by the way, and he's unmarried, so that only makes sense. Or the 65. What the fuck was his age again? God damn it. I can't remember anything. The 60-year-old man whose wife publicly humiliates him and says she wants to have sex with other men. What the fuck? What moral high ground can you stand on as far as sexuality go, my boy? You're being emasculated. You're being cucked. You like sitting in that chair in a hotel room? Oh, you the nigga with the videotape telling the nigga to go deeper in it. Okay.
Lord knows who this man is, but just ain't anybody is in front of your wife's smartphone wearing a Speedo as she flirts with him on her public Instagram. Let's move on. So this one right here, I don't know if this is actually a book, but it says Why We All Need a Boyfriend, a Best Boyfriend by Celia Warden. I think this is actually just some image that was created in order to troll Piers. But wait, it gets worse.
Oh,
like
man.
From a story
This
posted
is
an hour ago.
insane.
One thing led to another, it says. And whoops, in bed with Rupert. Another thing to note here is similar to Akash, Piers Morgan's wife is at least 10 years younger than him.
Mm-hmm.
It is wild to me that 50-year-old women, but it makes more sense when you realize that their feminist girl bosses are out here making jokes like this while in a marriage. But wait, it gets worse. My husband, Piers, won't let me have male friends because he's convinced that they just want to have S with me. And
here's the thing. I don't, her talking like this in public, how old is this? 2024. So it's not that long ago. Her talking like this and him being okay with it and engaging in it and not correcting this bitch, because this has been going on for a long time. Obviously, he has zero control in that relationship. He holds zero frame. Whatever she wants, she gets. The operation in which she wants to have, the way she wants to operate the relationship is obviously the way that it is. Do we have any images of Piers Morgan posing with bitches who aren't his wife in a similar fashion? Look at how emasculated. What is this? What is this R gang ass face? What are you doing, bro? This is so emasculating. While your wife, who looks hot by the way, hey, hit me up, because apparently you're into cuck shit. Hey, hit me up. Fly me out to LA. I think that's where that nigga lives. Fly me out to LA. I'll give your wife some Texas nigga dick, and then we can be cool. Because apparently you're okay with it, and your wife is blasting this out in social media for the public to see, advertising herself saying, I'm still available for the market. Despite being married to this multimillionaire, which is Piers Morgan is, I'm still available to the market. This is why it is so important for you niggas to understand. You gotta have frame. It don't matter if you one of the richest commentators in anywhere, which is what Piers is. It doesn't matter if you're rich. It don't matter if you got money. I just said that twice. It don't matter if you got body, meaning you're in shape. Nigga, if your mindset is that of a simp, god damn, I'm peeking. Is that of a simp? Is that of a cuck? Is that of a nigga who thinks that men and women are equal and we're 50-50 and we share in the same responsibilities? You're going to end up like this nigga making a our gang face. And his wife is getting hugged from the bike, nigga. You understand how sexual of a position that is? You know what that says? That says, I'm putting my dick in her pussy from the back. And she's smiling. And she got her hand gripped across his. This is insane to me. I could not imagine, nigga. I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, walk inside the house, see something happening, pull out something, point it at somebody's head, make somebody. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm not incriminating myself. I'm just painting I'm just saying scenario.
We're going to go over this Male Friends article, as well as she actually joined Ashley Madison, right? That website that provides a space for people who are married to cheat on their spouses.
Goddamn.
That Ashley Madison. We'll go over that as well here in a few. Let's see what else is in here. Celia Warden's Instagram account says, if anyone's distracting enough to make you slice off your own head, it's Mr. Lowe. Don't rush home, Piers.
That's insane.
The gut punch. She's in 2 marriages at least. One with Piers and one with the streets. Let's move on.
Does he have Does he have children with this bitch? Let's see. Piers Morgan, where's his wife at? Spencer William Morgan. Who is the mother of this kid? Parents. Is this Marianne Shell? Is this the bitch? No, that's a different bitch. Hold on a second. Let me find his wife really quick. Piers Morgan. Not age. Piers Morgan's wife. Let's see. Let us see. Celia Walden. She has one child. Hold on a second. Celia Walden. Children. Look at that. Look at the search. Yo. Look at the search. Cheating. Pool boy. Open marriage. Yeah. Piers, you have opened yourself up to something that I don't think that you were able to foresee. My nigga. Like, what are we? This is your legacy now. You're the cuck. Okay. Although this is Walden's first pregnancy, Elsie is Piers Morgan's first. So she does have children with him. Yeah, she does have children with this man. This is like, imagine growing up, right? And your mom talking like this in social media about your fucking dad, nigga. This is insane to me. Let's continue. That's fine.
Is that not Lenny Kravitz? No, Lenny got her. Reading Lenny's brilliant memoir and thinking back to a sunny Saturday in Paris.
Oh, he's in a new 007
He'd
game.
taken a 3-year vow of abstinence at the time. Shame. What is this? Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for...
All right, I'm going to skip this advert, my nigga.
You waiting that she's upset that Lenny was abstinent because she wanted Mr. Kravitz to rock her world? She says shame, but really the shame only goes one way, and for that...
Shame. Shame.
This
Exactly.
woman!
Do you understand?
Shame.
Do you understand what would happen to a woman who was doing this? Back when we were a proper country, back when we had proper laws, you know, back when it was savage for real. A bitch like this, who is married, who would be behaving in such a way, like she was a known whore. One, a nigga like Piers, the equivalent of him in the past, meaning his status, would not have married this bitch. And let's say he did, and he didn't know, and she hid it very well. She moved over to the next town, because that's all you had to fucking do when you were a whore back in the day. But somehow, word got back to Piers and his family and his friend group, his circle, that this was happening. It would not be a bright future for this one. She would be in the dungeon. She would mysteriously not be here anymore. But we live in times where shame is no longer a tactic that we can use. Well, it can be used, but not to the same degree that it once was. So, her doing this, Piers can't do what men of the past would have been able to do to get rid of this bitch.
Shame.
This picture is so damn insane, ma'am. You're married. What is your leg doing on Lenny Kravitz's areola, all right? My man Lenny over here don't give a shit, baby. There's always got to be a certain decorum or a certain show of respect. Once you're married, I mean, shit, have respect for yourself, even if you were single. Why would you want this to be a part of your digital footprint or your profile, either or? My man Lenny got the eye of the tiger as if he's about to go deep inside them damn cheeks right after that photo was taken. Now, there could be two schools of thought. Either Piers Morgan legitimately likes to watch his wife be with other men, or he doesn't like this, as what was denoted in that previous picture about her having male friends, because, you know, a man is going to have standards and requirements, and with her male friends, this is how she hooks up with them. But of course, to these feminist girl bosses, these independent...
Well, those two can be true. Either he doesn't like it, which means he has no frame, and she actually controls the relationship, which probably is the case, because he was married at first, then he married a young bitch, and he thinks, I'll just do whatever I can to keep this bitch happy because she's hot. Which, by the way, will fade. She's fucking old. This is what... Looks are very important. Probably the most important. Then the other secondary intangible characteristics are important. Especially for the long term. And this bitch clearly has not developed any type of respect for men or respect for Piers. Which she probably... I can understand why she doesn't, because he allows her to do this type of shit. Or, that's the first case. Or, the second one, he is a cuck and he enjoys watching, he enjoys being humiliated, and he enjoys watching or knowing that other men are giving that bitch pie. He likes sitting in the hotel chair. Those are the only two options we have here, because you can't grandstand and pretend to be a righteous man or present yourself to be more righteous than Nick Fuentes, and this is your wife and she's behaving like this. The mother of your children? That's interesting.
Queens. What do you mean I can't have male friends? What are you, insecure? Real men would let me have
Yes,
male
yes, I'm
friends that I can do
insecure
these
because of
things with, right?
situations
and then
like this,
begins
nigga.
The manipulation of them creating an environment where this shit should be tolerated. And after a while, in order for these men to be half peaceful within their marriage, they just succumb to their wife's irrationality. Let's see if there's anything else here. Wanted, pool boy, no experience needed.
Yo,
Okay.
that
The
is
damage has been
insane.
unequivocally done. And trust me, there's more. We're going to go over the Nick Fuentes interview, which I think makes his experience with his wife just that much more insane. But you'll see some of the comments just on this right here, RIP. Piers Morgan gives her everything, and she even lets another man touch her like that. Dude, I don't like the guy, but I now feel sorry for him. Again, some of the sentiments in the Akash Singh situation, just feeling sorry for him. She's definitely sleeping around. Proof that women are men's downfall for real. Laughing emojis. I had no clue about this. This is wild. This is a common Piers L. He is a simp. All right. In order to further solidify these comments, let's go back to that Nick Fuentes interview to see some of his thoughts.
You're basically
let's get
anti-marriage,
into
really.
it.
You've talked about this. You've talked about.
Are we done talking about white genocide?
Well,
We're
I'm
on to
coming,
marriage now.
I'm coming to the same part because you seem very resistant to the idea of marriage. You've never got married. You've talked very scathingly about henpecked husbands. Let's take a look.
That's true. Guys get to a certain age and they're like, you know what? Women suck. Like they're talking too much. They're not hot anymore. Like you're fat, you're chubby, you're not as hot as you think you are. You talk too much, you're a bitch.
So we'll obviously get to the brazen misogyny part of that a little later. But
Okay.
I'm just curious. On the one hand, there's this terrible genocide going on of white people. On the other hand, you want people effectively to stop going near women because they all turn out to be so ghastly.
What?
So they shouldn't presumably procreate. So how does that work?
How he connected those two things, which are not the same, is crazy. Also, this is why I say old people need to shut the fuck up, because it's exaggerated. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be a joke, but at the same time, not a joke. It's supposed to shine a light on the reality of a situation in which how men feel, especially when they get older, as he stated. How do you not understand this? Oh, right. You're an old man who wants to seem holier than thou and kind of, you want a little bro Nick Fuentes. And I really hate when older people try to little bro, big bro me. Like, nigga, I don't. And maybe this is a Gen Z thing, maybe. But it's like, I don't respect you just because you're older than me. You know what I mean? I really, because the outcomes of your actions have not, I don't want to emulate that. I don't want to emulate being an old man and being unhappy in his marriage because his wife keeps fucking talking. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a fucking wait until marriage and then I get married and then the bitch is fucking Akash Singh's wife. No, I don't want to be holier than thou. I want to say what I want to say. I want to do what I want to do, and I'm not afraid to do so, because at the end of the day, it's freedom. Who wants to be a millionaire but you're a bitch? When I can be a regular person and I can say whatever I want to say and go wherever I want to go. These are the two choices we're presented with here. Old men need to shut the fuck up.
I mean, aren't you, with your rhetoric, actively encouraging men not to associate with these ghastly women, therefore not have any more children? Therefore, you are contributing, Nick Fuentes, to the diminishing white population. I'm confused.
Whoever is the producer over there at Piers Morgan's show that thought it'd be a good idea to combat Nick's points right there, like his observations with what Pierce, like the hula hoops that that Pierce just jumped through in order to extrapolate that point from his observations, should absolutely be fired. And if this wasn't a producer and this was you, Pierce, you set up a tomahawk alley-oop to this young man to combat all of the things that you just jumped through in order to get to that conclusion. This is absurd. That's an absurd conclusion.
I tell my followers to get married all the time. I tell them that it's best for everybody to get married. And I think that's the only way that you can have sex. I think that's the only licit way as a Catholic is
Why don't you
to
get
have
married
sex
then?
is within marriage.
Why don't you get married?
I'll get married later. It's been difficult for me because people are shooting at me at my house.
That's
I don't know
fair.
that I don't want to have kids and a wife. You know, my wife would be screaming about that. Me, you know, I have to be able to take risks and be able to say these things. It's difficult to bring a family into a life that's like that. But for my followers, I tell them to get married. But what's happening with women?
You literally just told your followers.
observation.
Hang on. In that clip, you literally told followers, women, they get old, they get fat, they get ugly, they get
That's an
very
observation.
annoying. So where's the incentive to get married to women? There isn't one.
Listen,
That was not a prescriptive statement that he made. That was a descriptive. That was not prescriptive. That was descriptive. He's describing something, which is a phenomena that niggas are seeing. They talk too much. They get fat. They don't have sex as much. These are all problems that can be fixed with frame, which obviously Pierce doesn't have. But these are still problems that niggas have to deal with because they don't know how to deal with these issues. And when they come to places like the Red Pill, they watch channels like MTR, they watch Myron's channel, they watch Rolo Tomasi. and you call them the manosphere, red pill content, but you vilify that content. So niggas are having problems. Niggas go to niggas who give them solutions to problems because they're observing these things. You vilify the niggas who are giving them the solutions, and also the men who implement those solutions in their lives as misogynistic. You wanna know why? Because we live in a gynocentric society. We live in a gay society. We live in a society where the ideas of Pierce and his cohorts and niggas like him, trad cons, he's not a trad con, but trad cons, fucking gay Western Christians, that type of thing, where their ideology, feminism, that's all. It's a big fucking gish gallop of all of them niggas mixing together in the West. And then you get this to where now men have to perform our traditional roles, our conventional roles, provision, protection, providing, that type of thing, while women can do whatever they want. And in doing whatever they want, it creates problems. Because now you have this disenfranchised group of men who are doing all the things that they were told to do. And in times past, that would have been enough and that would have worked. But now you have women who are operating in the same space as those men, and they want an exponentially higher amount of that, what those things that those men are providing more. And it shrinks the market of sexual availability for these men, for these women. So then you get a group of niggas who try to find solutions to their problems. And when they do, niggas like Piers, niggas like Matt Walsh, people like Ben Shapiro, the whole Daily Wire crew, all of the female conservative commentators, all of them vilify these niggas, and they refuse to engage with these niggas to understand where their perspective is coming from. And then you get niggas like Andrew Wilson, who is not red pill at all. He's a Christian ethicist, but he can argue logically why these descriptors make sense and how they map, and how Christian men, which he is advocating for, can use these things to have a happier marriage, to have happier relationships, and to raise a family. But when they do that, they're vilified by those aforementioned guys.
An observation that these things happen. I mean, shit, a lot of this shit actually happens to men, but that wasn't his observation at the time. You cannot then conclude that he's telling men not to get married. That's not what he's saying. This is not a real argument. This just seems like lazy journalism.
You're actively telling them
You're
the opposite.
You're extrapolating a lot. We can complain.
Just quoting you back yourself again.
No, but you're extrapolating and saying, well, you say women are annoying, so therefore, what's the incentive?
Logically,
we have to do it in spite of the fact that they are annoying. We have to do it in spite of the fact that they talk too much. We can get them to lose weight. We can put them on peptides. We can get them to the promised land, but it's going to be...
Shout out
Do you
to
think
the
the view of
sauce.
women may be why none of them want to go near you?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you should see my DMs. It is quite the opposite. They're called the Groybettes, and I'm actually batting them away. Granted, not all of them are attractive. Some of them are attractive.
Are you actually, just to clear up one of the many theories about you, I have no idea what the answer is, and you haven't got to answer. But are you actually attracted to women?
I am attracted to women.
You're not gay?
No, but I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
Okay.
So there's that.
They should stay at home?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you?
Oh my
for a young
God.
guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Such a
I'm the
lazy
boomer here,
argument.
but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women,
I am.
all women are
You know,
annoying.
again, with the trying to little bro him, nigga, you just look like you on, like, if you've been on the internet, you've seen these videos of these old women like yelling at these guys at skate parks, or these guys doing some cool shit out in public skate parks, riding their bikes, whatever. And they're just, or niggas just standing around fishing, like whatever, like guys just doing guy shit. And you see these old people walking up to them and vilifying them and trying to little bro them. I'm your elder type shit. Shut the nigga, I'll really knock you out right now. And there's nothing you can do except for hope and pray that I have mercy on you. Or that there's another nigga in the vicinity who will stop me and be able to rationally explain to me why I shouldn't do this to you. Why I shouldn't. Let's continue the video.
All women grow old, they all get fat. Says the guy, have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow, says the guy who's never got laid.
He's a Catholic. In the Catholic faith, you wait until marriage to have sex.
That's the thing, though. You boomers, it's all...
And Piers, you're a Catholic as well. Shouldn't you believe in those same things? Very interesting. The cook said he's advocating for, from his perspective as a Catholic, he's advocating for degeneracy. He's advocating for not following the Catholic faith. That's very interesting.
Free love.
He's very gay.
But you've never got laid?
Wow.
Yeah, we are going back to the Stone Age. You're absolutely right. This, you're talking about empathy, and your kids are empathetic, and they would never laugh at a joke about the Holocaust, and you're a misogynist.
What?
You're a simp yourself. You're totally henpecked. That's the problem.
Now, there's a bunch of things that are weird within this conversation. First off, I believe they're both Catholic. And within Catholicism,
Exactly.
they push sex after marriage. So according to religious doctrine, Nick Fuentes' lifestyle is more in accords. Now, colloquially, I don't personally trust a 30-year-old man that hasn't been inside the deep, sweet, watery walls of a lovely young lady. I think it's a bit weird. I think it's a bit autistic in modern times today, but that's his lifestyle. Who am I to judge? But I can also understand him not wanting to be involved with a woman because then they can utilize that as ammo against him. But what Piers is doing is going on kind of this like incel, emotional kind of rampage.
Yeah,
I guess
very
sort of
much
suggesting, well, how can you have these observations of women if you've never been with one? Which is fair. I just think that he jumped through too many hoops in order to get there. Now, Nick Fuentes
Very much a feminist talking point. He sounds like a bitch. He sounds like a girl right now. Oh, you're a virgin, so you can't talk. What? Because I'm a virgin, I can't rationalize things. I can't observe things and describe them to you. I can't point out problems because I'm because I'm black. I can't tell white people to put on sunscreen. I can observe that radiation on pale skin is more of a detriment than it is on dark skin. But I can't say that because I'm black and I have no experience with that. What the fuck?
has used the terminology that I actually had to look up towards the end there. Did you notice it? He said henpecked. Here we go, henpecked. Continually criticized and given orders by one's wife or female partner, typically used of a man. Used in a sentence, his father, a henpecked husband, is petrified to raise his voice. And after looking at the online content of Piers Morgan's wife, this is an accurate statement. Now, the first stop on our research tour, of course, I had to go to Piers Morgan's wife's Instagram, journalist at The Telegraph and author. And you can tell she's already feeling the brunt of this recent news because if you look at her first three posts, you cannot write any comments on them. And immediately I looked at this one.
Oh, wow. That's
reading
interesting.
A book with a young man that says huge penis on the cover. And this is going to be a story theme throughout her Instagram profile. This soft disrespect or this adverse sexuality that she continuously represents in spite of her husband. So let's keep on traveling down the page. And so I guess this was a real post. Is actually on her Instagram. This is some truly weird shit. Why we all need a best boyfriend as this stranger is behind her, hugging the hell out of her while profusely smiling. And she photoshopped a terrible picture of her husband with his lips. Is this a British thing? All my British lads, please step to the front of the gymnasium. Let's all chat. All right.
It's not a British thing. It's more like a little boy thing. That's what it is. It's a big little boy. It's a little rascals. I'm upset and I'm angry and I'm a bitch and there's nothing I can do about it. That's the face you make while a nigga is hugging your bitch from the bike, really getting that. Understand, this man is hugging your bitch from the bike. His crotch, right? Like his penis, right, is rubbing against her butt cheeks. And like if she moves slightly, like it goes in between the crack, right? So that little that little friction, like when a bitch sit on your. All right, let me go. Let me chill.
Company. Don't judge and don't bitch. You insecure piece of shit. Every woman should have one. Typos, your journalist, says Celia Warden, though husband Piers Morgan doesn't agree. Quote, like good female friends, a male friend will know exactly how to take your martinis, right, Celia? That you like a booth in a restaurant but prefer to sit in a bar, and that you shouldn't bother watching the latest water cooler TV drama. What is this Sex in the City shit? This is what it's meant by henpecked. Yes, as a married man, it is okay to not be okay with this type of behavior.
As a matter of fact, I would say it's in your best interest from a evolutionary perspective as far as reproduction. Because if you scare off, if you warden off, if you create a border wall between your bitch and other niggas, that leads to a higher chance of the offspring that'll come from your sexual relationship to be yours. If there are so many niggas around, guess what? That opens opportunity for other niggas to fuck your bitch. That's what other animals do as well. Now human beings are we're largely monogamous people. Largely, I say. But you can see this in other animals as well. They do this for a reason, in order to ensure paternity, in order to ensure that their children come forth into the world and not the children of rivals or other males. Nigga, you're weird. And I don't like using this term, but you kind of a beta. And that's what it seems like to me.
Dated June 14th, 2019. Piers Morgan's wife, how Celia Warden admitted to being on Ashley Madison, the cheating website. Piers Morgan
not only is she embarrassing him in public just by doing those things, but she admitted to, she definitely had sex with another man while she was married to this nigga. Allegedly, whatever the fuck. I'm saying, from my opinion, she definitely had sex with other men while she's married to this guy. And he's okay with it. And he's trying to little bro, Nick Fuentes, because he's a virgin? When he's a Catholic, when that's a part of their faith? That's a part of their doctrine? Old people need to shut the fuck up.
Married his second wife, Celia Warden, in a small church ceremony in Oxfordshire, 9 years ago this month. The couple has since had a daughter who is now age 7, so I guess the daughter would be like 15, 16 at this point. While the nation regularly gets to hear Pierce's forthright views being aired on Good Morning Britain, Celia is no wallflower herself. The former gossip columnist and critic, at 43 at the time, previously revered, "I wear the trousers in their..."
What did did I say? What did I say? I told you that, and she admitted it. Obviously, what I said was true, but she admitted it. So there is nothing is up for debate. I said that she controls the relationship and that Piers has zero frame and zero control in that relationship. And she admitted it. Shout out to me. I'm always right. Nigga, come on.
And Celia shocked the world 4 years ago when she admitted to being a member of Ashley Madison, a dating website for married people seeking an affair. The eye-watering admission made freely by Celia, made during a segment of The Lorraine Show in August 2015, the broadcaster was reviewing the papers with guest presenter Gabby Roslin and began discussing Ashley Madison hack involving thousands of people's data. At the time, hackers were threatened to reveal the names of Ashley Madison customers unless the website was taken down. She revealed that she was in fact a member of the extramarital hookup site and had been for several years.
She belongs to the streets.
But she says that this was purely professional. The married mom said that she had signed up years prior in order to conduct some research into the company's founder, Noel Bitterman.
Sure,
Celia said she was then asked if she might try the website firsthand, which she did.
This bitch she thinks we're as dumb as Piers Morgan. Huh? And the same with that Akash's wife thinks we're as dumb as Akash. No. I'm an outside observer. Maybe if I was in a situation, I would be just as stupid as Piers or just as stupid as Akash. But I'm not in that situation, and I can view this objectively because I have zero emotional attachment to these women. Research. What the fuck would signing up for this website do? Okay, I want to do research on the CEO of Amazon, so I get an Amazon Prime. What? No, nigga, you're just a consumer. You are consuming product. If you want to do research, you can do research. You can look up what? You think I'm stupid? I'm not Piers. I'm a smart individual. I'm smart. Come on. Who are you trying to trick? This nigga Piers is kind of slow, I would say. And he has zero control in his relationship. Her own admission.
Did by sending some towdry messages to men. Okay, yeah, so it went beyond professional. And here goes a photo of them together.
Hold on a second.
The messages to men. Okay, yeah, so it went beyond professional. And here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Can I zoom in? Nope, I can't. I crack. You know what I mean? Look at this nigga's face. Yeah. I'm so happy to be here. The fuck, nigga? You look, bruh. Yeah. She's older, but she's hot. Look at her fucking titties popping out. Her hips, there's nice. She seems to be in shape. Her face is cool. Long hair. Look at this nigga. Oh my god. Like, just a fucking goofy nigga happy to have a bitch that looks nice on his side. I don't care if she's sucking other niggas' dick. I don't care if she's sucking a nigga dick from Texas. I'm not saying who that is. It's not me or anything. But he doesn't care if she's doing that.
That Ashley Madison piece was like 5 or so years ago. She said that she was on it for a couple of years. Combine that with this article that Celia Warden wrote a little over 3 years ago. Title of this particular article, this is posted to The Guardian. I love you, but I don't want to see you for the next 6 weeks. The case for the marriage sabbatical. The journalist Celia Walden recently wrote about taking a 6-week marriage sabbatical, as in 6 weeks away from her husband and the marriage.
6 weeks away. So 6 weeks away so she can get 6 different dicks, 6 inches. That's what that's for. 6 weeks. That's a nigga a week, 6 inches of dick. Each nigga. That's what she wants. That is insane. What's 6 times 6? God damn, I'm stupid. 6 times 6, that's 36. So it's 36. So within 6 weeks, she's getting 36 inches of dick. That's cumulative. Fuck it. That's all of them. God damn. Oh my God. I know I can say that word, but for some reason right now I can't. Anyway. God dog it, brother. I'm not stupid. Why can't I say the word?
In a post-COVID context, probably many couples who could do with a breather, but 6 weeks seems a little extreme. Where would you go for the whole 6 weeks? I don't know, Celia, where would you go? Would you have to stay in a hotel? But once you know she is married to Piers Morgan, the real mystery is why take a sabbatical at all when you could be sending out CVs. It is a particularly long read, and I refuse to go through it. I just absolutely refuse. I skimmed it, and it's just all of this drivel, all of this nonsense, but it's written in the tone of a Sex and the City cosmopolitan producer. You've heard her say before that she wears the pants, i.e. he's henpecked. This sabbatical is something that she instituted. It was her choice. She refuses to not let men within her life touch her, even though she acknowledges that Piers doesn't like it, right? And then they get up
She's a
on
hoe.
these female-centered
I like
blogs,
her.
and they write about their feelings and how the patriarchy and how, right? It is so absurd to me that this currently exists within his life. And it's like, hey, listen, if you want to question someone else's relationship, your house better be in damn order. But there is absolutely no order here, or rather, there is no male order here. There's only her way or the damn highway. And I went deeper into the search and I found this article, Jelly Shots, Latex, and Laughter, My Night with Hugh Hefner, by the one and only Celia Walden. She's for the streets, all right? She's for the gravel. She's for the gutter. She's for the granite. She's for the boulevard. She's for the cobblestone. She's for the beaten path. She's for the Earth's core, baby. She's for the hemisphere. She's for the equator, all right? You leave these where they belong. You've been hanging out with Hugh Hef, baby. Oh, she's for the universe, the omniverse, and the multiverse. You heard? Get this chick off of my damn screen. Anyway, I think I'm done with the video as it stands.
And I think I'm done reacting to this video so I can give my own commentary. What's this bitch name? Celia Walden. You know, if you're going to preach, if you're going to try to big bro people and hold yourself up as something to be emulated, nigga, your past, your wife, everything in your life better be squeaky clean. Otherwise, the truth will be revealed. You try to little bro Nick Fuentes, there are niggas on his side who are a little bit savvier on the internet than you, 60-year-old man. And they kicked up some dirt and discovered a corpse which had all of these treasures hidden inside of it. And those treasures revealed that your wife is cheating on you. That your wife wants to have sex with other men. That your wife holds frame within a relationship. That your wife doesn't fucking respect you and she doesn't like you. My nigga, never do this again. Keep your mouth shut. While your wife keeps hers open for niggas like me. Oh man. Stay off the internet, old man. Or become more savvy in it. Cause your wife has ruined your reputation.
Okay, faggot, what's next?